Now you will watch Overseas View with Rahat Rao.
Assalamu alaikum viewer, welcome to Overseas View with Rahat Rao. Today we have very special guest Munir Riasat. He is in BC since 1980 and also he served as a president of PCA and he's also doing for 2 decades as immigration consultant. So today we're going to ask him how do he see the Trump presidency impact on Canadian economy and Canada US relationship. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you? Yes. So everybody is in lots of people who are watching the Trump, who are just following his order these days. His big impact on the world economy. How do you see Trump presidency going to have? Is a positive or negative impact on Canada-US relationship?
Well, um, there is going to be impact. How negative it is going to be, that time will tell. In the near past, if we go back a few years, 80% of Canadian trade was with US. Now the balance is shifting and we're doing more trade with the rest of the world. But Canada is rich in natural resources, so we are not really dependent on the US. Our dependency is only the market, where we sell our goods to the US.
On the prices of commodity, like
the commodities, yes. But if, for instance, Trump decides to scrap NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, or he puts tariffs on Canadian goods, then we will probably have to find other markets. And in the long run, maybe it would be a good thing for Canada, because then we won't be so dependent
on the one country
on the US.
Yeah, US. Yeah.
But on the other hand, we also have to look at the social and cultural impact of Trump presidency. The division it is creating in the American nation will also have an effect on Canada. As you know, we have liberals and conservatives. And conservatives and it's like Democrats and Republicans. So it will encourage people who have the extreme negative thoughts, like the Americans, in Canada as well. And it will also strengthen the liberals in Canada as well. We are very fortunate that at this time in history, we have Justin Trudeau as the Prime Minister.
Yeah, the best Prime Minister in the world.
And if you go back in history, when
it's his father.
It's when during the first Gulf War, when the Americans were pressuring Canada to join the war, join the coalition.
John Chrétien.
Yeah,
he refused.
He refused.
And then I remember his word. He said, "Today is Iraq. Then next is what country?
That's
and
right.
we're not going."
That's
so
right.
He have a historic word.
So we remained, a country which has its own identity.
Yeah.
It has its own ideals, and I think that we need to assert ourselves more so than ever to hold on to our values and to hold on to a lot of the things that are so dear to our nation. And I think it will happen in America too. For Trump to become U.S. president is an indication that it looks like the chickens have come home to roost. The media and the previous governments have been feeding so much misinformation about the world, about people, about Muslims, about other countries to their own public, that they formed opinions that were, I believe, misinformed opinions. And as a reaction to that, we see people like Trump becoming president of the US. So I think there will be, it's unfortunate, and I feel sorry for the Americans, but I think the divisions will be here as well.
Well, Canada is a big country, so Trump's presidency, what you think impact on BC economy, BC businesses? Because we do a lot of lumber trade and the movies and lots of other things.
Well, we have BC's three main industries: lumber, fisheries, and movie industry. A lot of it is dependent on Canadian dollar value. If Trump tried to put extra tariffs on Canadian lumber, which they tried before, then we would have to open new markets. But at the same time, because the Canadian dollar is, so low, the movie industry is moving back to Vancouver. A lot of investments. I was in a meeting 2 days ago. I think it's a company called Lions or Lionsgate.
Lionsgate, yeah.
They're here now. I met with the people, and they are going to be investing about $1 billion in Vancouver. So people are moving here, and fisheries is the one that I'm more concerned about, because upstream, when the salmon sockeye is coming down to, and the Americans pick out all the fish from Alaska, they may bully us there. So we'll have to be more vigilant. Other than that, I think that we're going to be fine.
What do you think about like they are imposing to Mexico? You have to pay us for the wall, and then we're gonna put you some tariff more like tough.
No, what they're saying is that they're going to put 20% tariff on Mexican goods. And the reason why they want to do it is that a lot of the US manufacturers moved to Mexico because the labor cost was cheaper.
Yeah, automaker also.
And a lot of other companies. So in order for the American manufacturers who have moved their manufacturing to Mexico.
Some of them coming back.
So they want to twist their arm to bring their manufacturing back. But before that happens, and before they are forced to do that, I don't know if they would be successful in doing that. But what's going to happen is that there's going to be a 20% increase in the prices for consumers. And the consumers are American people.
At the end of the day, they are the ones who are going to suffer.
Who are going to pay.
That's why I was also talking to one of my friends. If he's going to put a duty on Chinese goods or any goods coming in the US, so at the end of the day, US people are American people are buying, not the Chinese people going to suffer. So it's at the end of the day, they are the ones who are going to pay more. But you think we should join with Mexico, or we should be neutral in this case?
Well, we were never joined with Mexico. Themselves. We will have our own difficulties with America.
But yesterday, one of SFU professor of political science, he said, if we just see the bully guy is bullying, and we just watch, and then not going to take a side of Mexico, then when he's done with them, then going to come to us, and then they're going to watch. So he said it's better option. He said if I'm going to join.
Well, the Canadians are already doing that. They are still working with the TTP, Pacific agreement that Americans pulled out from the Pacific Rim countries. And we are, I think, Justin Trudeau has already made some moves to extend, there has been visa relaxation for the Mexicans to come back to Canada. So we will see. We'll have to see what the Americans are going to be doing with.
And Trump also imposed some visa restriction for 7 Muslim countries. Do you think there's going to be application for immigration in Canada will increase?
Well, it is already happening. Canada has become a choice country for people who want to come to North America. I have had clients from China who actually wanted to move to US, but ever since before this all happened, even during the election campaign, they said, well, if Trump became president, we're not going to America. And these are Chinese people. And I think that Americans are going to lose a big share of investors, and the brain drain that the America has been for the last 100 years, it will no longer be the case. And the top brains of the US will start,
Coming
of
to
the
Canada.
world,
Coming to
will
Canada.
start coming to Canada or Europe.
And Canada deserves this kind of people in Canada, because this Canada is place for people where everybody is welcome. And what do you think about the impact on the Muslim here? Do you think they're going to be fear with this change?
I think it will strengthen the Muslims' beliefs in Allah more. I think fear is something that I'd like to think is not going to be as much of a factor as the Muslims will start to wake up and say, let's be together and let's, and it will bring them closer, it will bond them, it will make them stronger. I think that's what will happen, inshallah.
So what do you think of the local elections coming for provincial election? So which it should be the best choice for local people for,
Well, I think there is
watching very closely politics.
looks like that BC Liberals have
Again, they're gonna win.
they're gonna win easy because I don't see a challenge to them. So we'll have to, whether we like it or not, put up with Christy Clark for a few more years, looks like.
Okay. So anything else you wanna say to people of BC and Canada and all over the world, the people who are gonna watch over this program?
Well, my message with respect to this Trump phenomena is that let's not be fearful. Let's not be worried. Let's use this time to reflect and be more vigilant, be more cohesive, and be closer to Allah.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, Nazreen, viewers, this was this week program we have with Munir Riasat in English. For next week, we're gonna have in the Urdu for Pakistani politics and economics. So inshallah, keep watching and subscribe our channel. So see you next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.